Mike Stokes here, Lush Planet Design Build. Today we want to walk you through how to put lipstick on a pig. How to take an old, funky, messed up hole in a wall on an old house and make it as good as you can without spending a ton of money to redo everything. So this was an old window that was framed in, and we're now going to come on and try to seal it from the weather and re-side it without spending a ton of money and redoing all the wall. So the first step is your insulation. First thing that you want to always do with your insulation is fluff it out. The goal with insulation is front to back, side to side, top to bottom, full with no gaps. So this right here, it's just 2x4 walls. So this is going to be an R13. Over here, if you notice all this pushed in like that, that literally goes to R0. So it's very important to fluff out your insulation. So that's number one. Number two that we're going to do is we're going to clean out the edges. So we're going to cut this back and we're going to clean and make a nice straight line on our sides. Now, if we had more wood and the client wanted to spend more money, then what we would do is weave in every other board. So what we do is cut back to the stud here, weave in another piece, cut back to here, and keep weaving back and forth so that when the drainage plane, there's the shiplap joint here. So I don't know, you probably can't see it, but the shiplap joint is designed so that the wood, if the water gets in there, it'll come out right here. It'll come out and come out this gap if it gets behind there. But more importantly than actually even the shiplap, because the shiplap is really just to protect the drainage plane, which is, you can't really see it, but there's just plain old tar paper back here. So what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to save some of this tar paper, and we're going to try to push another layer up underneath it, so that if the water gets behind this, it'll hit that tar paper layer and then shingle over the next tar paper layer. And then down here we've got another, just a little bit of crappy old tar paper. We're going to pull this out a little bit and then try to shingle the new tar paper on top of it. We won't get too much, but we'll do the best we can with what we got. So the first thing that we're going to do now is we're going to cut this line up, fluff out this insulation, and then we will put on the tar paper, and we'll be back at that point. First thing we want to do when we're putting on this new pieces of siding here is make a straight line down the middle of this stud here. So we found a stud right here that goes up, and I measured back to it, so the stud's 1.5 inches wide. So we measured back 3/4 from the edge and then made a straight line, and we're just going to mark that and then cut it. And then you'll see that it goes across the top of some nails. So what we need to do is use an old blade. We'll just cut right through it and then we'll replace the blade. Another really important thing is getting the blade depth right. So I always like to double check my thickness. They're usually 3/4. This one is actually shy of 3/4. It's about almost a 1/16 shy. Maybe it's about 3/4. And then I like to set my blade depth about 1/8 fatter than that, because there's always inconsistencies, and if you don't do that, then you're gonna not have it cut all the way through. So I set that at 7/8, and now we're gonna go ahead and cut it. And then we'll just cut this off with the oscillating saw, the plunge cutter. But I'll finish that off when we actually get it out. But you'll see that just pull that It's a little bit challenging because the tongue goes up underneath there, so you kind of have to get up and behind it. Okay. Try to use some sort of scraper to get caulk off, and it just takes a long time. The faster way to do it is just use your oscillating plunge cutter and you just scrape it off like that. Works great. That's it. The tar paper up. The first thing I'd like to bring your attention to is the thickness of this tar paper. I really don't like using the thin tar paper that you can get, the 30-minute stuff. I just use roofing tar paper. It lasts a lot longer. Oftentimes when we cut into these walls, we see that it's just turned into, it's just fallen apart. So this stuff will last a lot longer. So use the thicker stuff. Use the roofing stuff for your siding. The other thing that I want to bring to your attention is that, see, we left this previous tar paper. Again, notice how thin that is. The stuff just, it dissolves. But we're making it like a roofing shingle. So we're sliding the old tar paper, the new tar paper underneath the old tar paper, so that if water gets in there, it's going to come out on the surface. The next thing I want to bring your attention to is this piece of Z-bar that we installed right here. With this sort of strangeness down here, there wasn't any way that we were going to get the tar paper to lap in front of the tar paper that's back there, so we couldn't get a lap like that. So instead we just installed the Z-bar, not to mention we had these weird angles with the plywood that's here. So that was our solution, so that if any water comes down to here, hits this, it'll just come and shed out there. The next thing I want to bring your attention to is, see how I caulked this seam? I used Sikaflex. It's a good all-weather, all-around sealant. Got a good flexibility to it in your caulking. I think that's probably the most important thing. So this is to ensure, because we couldn't seal this with an overlap because it's a repair. So I caulked literally underneath and behind the siding. And then this is in, you can see that we left it in. I also like to, so we're going to put in the siding from the top down. So I like to leave these nails a little bit loose on the bottom so I can slide the next one in, and then I'll hand hammer it down. And then the last thing I think I need to talk about is that you're going to see there's some raw wood here. We're going to go ahead and just spray prime and seal that. All these little raw wood spots. You always want to spray prime and seal your cuts. Even though this is redwood, which will still last a long time, putting some primer on your end cuts is a good deal. It's a good idea. We're either going to just seal this joint with caulking, or we might put a whole new layer of trim over it. I'm leaning towards just sealing it with caulking because then it'll visually disappear. That's it. We got our final siding up. There's a couple of details that I just want to make clear. And one is that I caulked with the Sikaflex all the vertical seams because water will penetrate in there. So that should last a pretty good long time. The other thing that you'll notice is you'll see all the primer and paint marks all around this. That's because every surface that you can't see has been primed and sealed. So that's just really important to do if you want to have longevity for your repairs. So the basic idea of what we try to do is try to make sure that our repairs are going to be, they're not going to fail relative to the rest of the house. So try to make this thing the longest lasting. So this siding, the way that we've done it, after we paint it and when we properly trim the corner, is going to last, oh, it could last, well, this stuff's about 100 years old, so it could last another 100 years. And the point of this whole video is really to show you how you can, rather than tear down and rebuild the whole house, how you can actually bring something back to life. You can't see it right now, but I did want to mention that the rotted pieces of wood that were in there, we scraped them off real good and then put wood treatment on them, and they'll be fine. As soon as we stop the water infiltration from going in there, that rot's going to stop. And so we do have some rotted wood in there, but it's now treated, it's buried, it's dry, and with this new siding, this house is going to last, this part of the house is going to last a good long time. So please subscribe. I hope that was helpful, and hit the notification button for future videos. Have a great day.